Imagine a world in which some NBA players are no longer there. You know what? Nope, that didn't make sense. I was trying to come up with an epic intro, but like, imagine a world in which that was not good. Just let's scrap that. Okay, intro attempt number 2. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here today. My name is Jay Canada, and I got another good one here today. As you can see from the title, we're doing a little what if scenario here using NBA 2K22. And yeah, a few days ago, I made a rebuild challenge video in which I couldn't use any players above 87 overall. So like, I was anti-superstar in that video. And today, I've gone ahead and taken the best player off every single NBA team. So once again, I'm anti-NBA superstar. This time around, I'm not doing anything. I'm not rebuilding any situation. I'm watching along with you guys, going to be reacting to how the NBA plays out with 30 players gone from teams. In most cases, the best players in the league, they're all gone. Which teams can adapt, which teams can move on? I guess we'll find out. I've hitched my wagon just in name to the LA Lakers here because I want the joy of winning a championship. And I think the Lakers with AD and Russ still have the best roster. Of course, they lost LeBron James. Because Kyrie Irving is vaccinated in this world and playing, plus James Harden isn't horrible like he has been to start the year, the Nets obviously going to be a contender. Low-key, the Indiana Pacers, we took Sabonis from them, but they got some depth. I think it's going to be teams that are deep that can win this thing. Oh, the Pelicans? Jonas Valanciunas, they gave him an 86 overall. Shout out to Jonas BI there. That's not bad. Oh, the Suns. Yeah, the Suns are going to be a problem. Devin Booker would be the best player on a lot of other teams. DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges. I think the Warriors could be something to mess with here. Draymond, Wiggins, and healthy Clay. The best players in the league for reference: AD, James Harden, Kyrie, Paul George, Devin Booker, DeMar DeRozan, Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz should be pretty good. Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, like a top 12 guy. What a world we're living in here. And by the way, I didn't just like drop these players to free agency. No. I was like Matt Damon's character, deleting Leo DiCaprio's character in The Departed to all these superstars. Like, they're gone, wiped from history.
All right, only one of us is a copy of Bill.
And my plan is to simulate through about 3, maybe 4 seasons and see how this all plays out. Again, I'm not controlling anything. I'm going to disable CPU trade offers, although that means probably no trades for the Lakers, but hopefully we see some other blockbusters around the league. We'll stop it at the trade deadline and see. Actually, we'll stop it at the All-Star break. Anthony Davis, James Harden, the team captains. That's not all that surprising. The Lakers are second in the conference, as I figured. Let me just do a quick auto draft here. Starters include Paul George, Devin Booker, Jonas Valanciunas at 86 overall. Amazing. Clint Capella's an all-star. DeAndre Ayton. I see you sneaking in there, Andre Drummond. He's not going to win 6-man. He's starting now. Over on the other side, James Harden, Russ, Middleton, Bam, Tobias, indeed an all-star. Thaddeus Young just sneaking in. Okay, I like this already. Taking a look at the transaction report. Not much. We just passed the trade deadline. Daniel Tice, a minor trade there. Derek White, Drew Eubanks, DeAnthony Melton. That's interesting. Kevin Huerter went to the Wizards. Malik Beasley to the Raptors. Okay, I wonder how the Raptors are doing. Draymond and Iguodala for Larry Nance and Robert Covington. Very interesting. So we'll keep our eyes on the Warriors and the Trailblazers. I love this, bro. Some mostly minor trades. PJ Washington for Mitchell Robinson. Interesting. I think I'm most interested in that Trailblazers Warriors, how that plays out if one of those teams gets really good. But let's go to the end of the season. And would you look at that? Russell Westbrook, triple-double, MVP like it's 2016-17 all over again. Carrying the Lakers to a second in the conference. He shot 56% from the free throw line. What? Evan Mobley, huge rookie of the year season. You love to see that. Kyle Anderson, 6-man of the year. Jonathan Isaac, DPOY. Bam with a huge stat line. Get out of here, Jimmy Butler. It's Bam show. First team All-NBA, Russ, Harden, George, Tobias, and Bam. Kyrie Irving, Don Mitchell. Evan Mobley, second team All-NBA, AD. Wow, okay. Vucevic, Jeremy Grant. So the big winners of this simulation year 1, definitely Tobias Harris, Bam Adebayo, and Evan Mobley, I'd say. So we got Houston. Wow, Houston jumped up into the play-in. That's very interesting. Memphis, Golden State last year, rematch Portland there. So that Portland Golden State trade didn't really help either team all too much. Over in the East, Toronto is a play-in team with the LaMelo Ball list Charlotte Hornets. The Bucks and Heat fall to a play-in. Wow. I thought the Heat were going to be good. They have Bam. They're deep. Out of the play-in, the Milwaukee Bucks survive. Okay, that's good for them. And the Golden State Warriors, even without Steph, survive. We've got Utah as a 1 seed, Golden State. Phoenix, okay. The Pelicans without Zion make it. The Clippers without Kawhi. Sacramento, how did Sacramento, bro? And the Grizzlies, the other team out of the play-in in the West. Lakers finished second. Brooklyn Nets, the first seed, kind of as predicted. Milwaukee just slipping in. Boston, New York, okay. Philly and Chicago. I'm actually surprised Chicago simulated well even without Levine. And Atlanta without Trae Young is a second seed? How? Okay, so just for reference, AD and Russell dominated for the Lakers, but I wanted to look specifically at the Kings. Okay, Isaiah Thomas back from the dead, bro. Look at that, leading the way. Davion Mitchell, a really good rookie season. They had 6-7 guys in double figure scoring. Hey, I mean, there you go. Who needs a De'Aaron? I was also shocked by the Hawks, who finished second in the conference. Look at this balanced scoring. John Collins, Clint Capella, Bogdan. I mean, I guess they do have a really good team around Trae Young. We knew this. This is just more proof. And the Hornets, no LaMelo Ball, no problem. Terry Rozier, Miles Bridges stepped up, Kelly Oubre. I mean, fair enough, bro. They made the playoffs. We know Russ won MVP, him and AD at big seasons. D-Book with the scoring title, 31 a game. Jaylen Brown, no Tatum in the way. Jaylen went for 35 and 3 on 50, 40, 81 field goal percentage, not 50, 40, 90. Kyrie Irving led the Nets in scoring, but him and Harden both up there. Paul George too. Nothing too shocking here other than, I mean, that was a massive season from Bam. 25, 13, and 6. Yo. Anthony Edwards, nice and up there as the leader of the Timberwolves. Porzingis, I bet a lot of you wish he was playing like that in real life. Yeah, some super interesting stuff there. Fred VanVleet, 20 a game. Montrezl Harrell, 20 a game. This was definitely fun, and this was just year one. We'll simulate round by round just to get a feel of who's advancing, if there's any shocks. Wow, this New Orleans Pelicans team. Let me check out the Pelicans, because without Zion, I can't remember if I talked about them at the beginning. I did. Brandon Ingram and 87 overall. Jonas Valanciunas, my Canadian brother, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I guess I can see it. Yeah, the Lakers, Clippers. Finally, we get the Clippers-Lakers meeting without LeBron and Kawhi, of course. The Bucks, who were an 8th seed, are into round 2 like they should be. I guess this isn't all that surprising. Hey, like the Clippers and Jazz in the conference finals, that's a rematch of last year. And the Hawks and Boston, almost a rematch of last year too. But in the NBA finals, I don't think anybody would predict this. The Jazz and Hawks led by, man, I gotta take the Jazz here because they have Donovan Mitchell, best player in this series by far, and they sweep it. Wow. Donovan Mitchell, finals MVP, 29 and 5. Get out of here, Rudy Gobert. They don't need you. 3 sweeps in the playoffs. Only the Clippers were able to take games off them. The playoff leaders, of course, it doesn't account for games played, but Kyrie Irving, Donovan Mitchell, this was his season, man. I know it doesn't really make sense because every team lost their best player, but for like the second tier of stars, guys like Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Paul George, it's a really good measuring stick that here in 2K, Donovan Mitchell, he rose above in season 1. Very interesting. I kind of love it. Oh my word, Udonis Haslem finally retired. They will be celebrating in the streets of Miami. UD is finally gone. Okay, year 2, let's giddy up. I simulated all through the offseason because of course I wasn't really user controlling anything. I did kind of fumble the bag though because I didn't look at draft picks, but we'll try and find the top guys here. AD, oh, Russ fell off. He's an 83 now. The Lakers definitely look worse. The Pelicans looking much better. BI jumped up from he was an 84 to start last season. Nickeil's an 81. The Bulls, again, I think the Bulls are one of the most deep teams. Lonzo, DeRozan's still an 85. Caruso an 80. Look at the Cavs. Look what the Cavs are doing. Darius Garland and Evan Mobley an 86 already. They could be a good team if I keep playing this out. I don't know how this Heat team was a play-in team last year. I mean, they don't have very great depth like down below, but their starting lineup is really strong. RJ Barrett's up to an 87. The Knicks could be something to mess with here. They got PJ Washington, of course. Okay, so I found the rookies. I had to look it up, simulate a couple days. The Rockets, whoa, Jalen Green up to an 85. Kevin Porter Jr. also developing. They took this center, Jalen Duran. Alperen Sengun? I don't know this dude, but I know Duran is coming up in the draft. He's a 79 overall 19-year-old. Wow. The Mavericks went ahead and, oh, the Mavericks are in tough. No wonder they had a high pick. They added Jaden Hardy, the shooting guard. The Orlando Magic, bad as you'd expect. Actually, I shouldn't say that because Cole Anthony, John Isaac, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen's like, wow, they have some depth. They have like, what is that, 780 overalls. They also added Paolo Banchero, the center, 79 overall. And finally, this one, I'm scared to see how this one looks. The Timberwolves, 88 overall, Ant Edwards, Chet Holmgren at an 82, Marv Bagley, D'Lo. All right, in year 2, I'm keeping my eye on the Timberwolves and the freaking Rockets with their high overall overall draft picks, some young talent. They should be fun. Okay, don't look at the top right corner, because if you do, you'll see that the Lakers have fumbled the bag. 14th in the conference. Wow, LA's fallen off, but somehow Anthony Davis still all-star starter with James Harden again. We got Tobias Harris in the starting lineup again. Yo, look at Team Anthony. Anthony Edwards, Darius Garland, John Collins way down there, Evan Mobley all making the all-star game. Over on Team James, we got Lonzo, RJ, MPJ, Yusuf Nurkic. Oh man, this is just some fun names to see around here. We just passed the trade deadline again. Malik Monk, DeAndre Bembry, Drew Holiday to the Heat, Kyle Lowry to the Bucks. That is very interesting. Gordon, why would the Hornets trade Gordon Hayward? He literally carried them to a playoff spot last year. That don't make sense. Is that the only? I don't see any other super interesting ones. Dwight Powell for Zach Collins. Okay, what are the Hornets doing? And the Rockets, I was watching them. They got better. Okay, so the LA Lakers, just a really bad ball club here without LeBron, Russell Westbrook falling off in year 2. They finished dead last. James Harden gets his second career MVP. Oh, Jaden Hardy of the Mavericks, not the Rockets or Timberwolves rookie, winning rookie of the year, surge 6-man. AD, a monstrous season in the on the last place team. Interesting. Evan Mobley makes first team All-NBA at 88 overall, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists. Yep. 2K's drinking the Evan Mobley Kool-Aid, and I don't even blame them. Scotty Barnes, speaking of Kool-Aid, 21, 8, and 4, makes second team All-NBA. Amazing. Third team is kind of the established dudes, except for RJ Barrett. Good job, Canadian. Okay, so in the West, oh my word, yeah, I called it. Minnesota, the #1 seed. Houston in there at the 4 seed. Wow. New Orleans, the 2nd seed. Good for them. Chicago grabs that 1st seed. Evan Mobley and the Cavs up there. The Nets starting to slip. Boston, led by Jaylen Brown and Robert Williams. Oh, okay. Scotty Barnes got the Raptors in the 3rd spot in the East. Let me quickly simulate the play in here. So the Clippers barely slip in. So do the Nuggets with Jamal Murray. The Wizards, I don't even know who do they have after Bradley Beal. I don't even know. And the Magic, who I did think had a pretty good, they had one of those rookies too. So the Lakers, I don't know how they finished last. I guess just no depth at all. Probably because I didn't make any free agent acquisitions or anything. My bad. Sorry, LA fans, but Russ still had a pretty good season. AD was great. The Mavericks, yeah, they got a new star. Jaden Hardy won rookie of the year, took over for Luka. I don't think they made the playoffs though. Don't quote me on that. But the Nets, what in the world? Oh, the Nets lost Kyrie Irving? I should have checked that. Where did Kyrie go? Okay, we'll check that in a second. But as predicted, the Rockets made the playoffs, the 4 seed. Jalen Green was great. John Wall, Kevin Porter Jr. They added Gordon Hayward, an 82 overall swingman, seems smart. And Jalen Duren, their rookie, pretty good first season, 12 and 7 per game. Oh, I found Kyrie. Kyrie's with the Spurs. That is very interesting. That's why the Spurs went ahead and made it. I think they're the 3rd seed in the West. Kyrie, a big season, finally getting to lead his own team. These Timberwolves, so Anthony Edwards, an 89 overall, average 26 a game. D'Lo 20, Chet Holmgren 16 and 7, Marv Beck. Yeah, that's a team. That's a team to be reckoned with. Obviously, I should have looked this up when I started the season to see some player transactions. Kyrie to the Spurs, 2nd best player in the league too. I'm seeing if there's anything else strange. No other crazy player movement, but look at Garland and Mobley, both at an 88 overall. You just love to, I know Cavs fans love to see that. But let's go. Let's simulate round 1. Oh my word, the Timberwolves. My Minnesota Timberwolves just got swept. I was rooting for them too. That's tough, but the Rockets do make it. Paul George just destroying dreams. The Cavs out of the East. Look at it. We got the 4th seed, the 8th seed, the 6th, and the 7th seed. That is crazy. These playoffs, man, without superstars, unpredictable. A battle of Texas in the West Finals. Kyrie versus Jalen Green and the Rockets. We've got the Trae Youngless Hawks back in the conference finals. Who is on this Wizards team? Apparently, I've been sleeping on the Wizards. I don't think they had a rookie. Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma, Daniel Gafford, Kevin Huerter. Is he the different Henry the Blasian? What are we doing here, Washington? If they make the finals, I don't even know what to think. Okay, they don't. The Hawks back there for 2 years in a row, right? Because they lost to the Jazz last year. Kyrie and the Spurs barely edge out the Rockets. Do the Hawks get revenge and win in the NBA finals? Let us see. Oh, they did. They did in a 7-game series over Kyrie and the Spurs. Clint Capella winning finals MVP. Wow. I mean, okay. Honestly, when I looked at the Hawks team, they did have like crazy depth, like in terms of overalls, but a team led by John Collins and Clint Capella, I didn't think they'd get it done, but they did. Wow, lots of balanced scoring. Kyrie turned up in the playoffs as per usual, taking every shot available except the one that counts. Yeah, he carried a pretty below average. This isn't a great Spurs team. Nikola Jovic, is that a real dude? Is that he's an imposter right there? What?
And by the way,
Well, okay, man. The Jazz and Donovan Donovan Mitchell in year 1, John Collins in the Hawks in year 2, Carmelo finally retiring, Rudy Gay, LaMarcus Aldridge. We'll go one more season. I want to see if there's another team that can step it up, another player that can have a big season. Okay, in year 3, here we go. I'm just gonna go quickly through the Lakers. Oh my gosh, they are bad. It's so weird. I might be screwing them over because I'm user controlling them without doing anything, but I'm pretty sure I set everything to auto. Okay, well, that's not good. As I always say, I'm new to these My League rebuild videos, so I'll figure out how to make it better in the future. AD, the best player in the league. Evan Mobley, the second best player. Jalen Green up to a 90. Kyrie still on the Spurs, still elite. DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, Darius Garland. Man, the Cavs are going to be good. I'm looking for like different teams or anything. Scotty Barnes, an 88 overall. Wowza. Okay, I don't think there were any crazy transactions. James Harden has fallen all the way off to an 87 overall in year 3. Chet Holmgren is up there. Josh Giddey for the Thunder. Yo, shout out to OKC. The rebuild slowly but surely working. I'm looking at the Timberwolves, the Cavs, and the Rockets, I guess carried by Jalen Green as competitors this year. And the Lakers once again finish last in the entire league. And I just realized they probably have no first round picks. Anthony Edwards MVP, and that's like a really reasonable stat line. I mean, it looks like prime Michael Jordan, but it's not some insane triple double. Victor Wembanyama, I don't know how to say that name. Colin Sexton, AD, another DPOY on this sad Lakers team. All NBA first team includes Ant Edwards, Lonzo Ball, Evan Mobley, Brandon Ingram, and Bam Adebayo. That's why we made this video, guys. Minnesota, again, the number 1 seed. Houston, the number 2 seed. Where's my Cavs? My Cavs are the 2 seed. I thought I was wearing my Cavs hat, but I'm not. A bunch of the current good teams that are now just not great in this world. The Nets, the Miami Heat barely hanging on. In fact, the Heat do make the playoffs. The Hornets without LaMelo do as well. The Mavericks slip into the playoffs led by whoever their rookie is. I can't remember. Round 1 of the playoffs goes to, the Rockets and the T-Wolves advance. So do the Cavs. Oh, I should have looked up. I almost forgot. Anthony Edwards MVP and scoring champ. D-Book and Kyrie still up there. Jalen Green as well. Yep. Evan Mobley, man. I love how he's progressed. He's a 92 overall now. Sheesh. Easily the second best player in the league. This dude, Jaden Hardy, killing it. Okay. We got Josh Giddey and the OKC Thunder trying to make a run. They get stomped though. And the Rockets get upset once again by this freaking established Pelicans team with B.I., Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's only an 82. They don't even have Jonas Valanciunas anymore. The Cavs and Toronto, throwback to literally like 2016, 17, 18 with LeBron and the Cavs. Now it's Evan Mobley in the Cavs though. And we see Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes doing it. He wrecked Garland, Sexton, and Mobley. I mean, he didn't have a great game, but wow. Okay, Raptors, I see you. The Timberwolves were my pick before this season. I thought they would play the Cavs. That would have been amazing. But here we go. Toronto, are you getting your second chance? Toronto.
Look at this. We created this.
Their second championship. Scotty Barnes, finals MVP. Wow. Okay. And again, an actual realistic simulated stat line. Good job, 2K. 23 points, about 10 rebounds. He took the mantle from Pascal, who kind of took it from Kawhi, but not really. And he just, wow. Okay. I don't really know what else to say. I thought for sure this T-Wolves team was going to run show. I thought the Cavs would come out of the East. Anthony Edwards, 30 a game. They've got John Wall now. So they made a trade with the Rockets or signed him. Chet Holmgren, I guess their depth wasn't there in the playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Raptors, it was all Scotty Barnes. They added Chris Middleton. How did I miss that? Must have been a trade deadline. Yo, this NBA world without the best player on every team definitely got crazy. We had the Jazz, then we had the Atlanta Hawks, then we had the Toronto Raptors win a championship. None of the teams that developed through the draft and with their youngsters quite made it. If I simulated another couple seasons though, I'm sure the Timberwolves and Cavs would run show like every year, but that was so much fun. This is probably the most fun My League rebuild type video I've made yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Drop me some comments too down below if you'd like to see other videos such as this. Let me know ideas, bro. That's all I got for this one though. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.